Welcome to my channel, Connection of Lives and Interests. This is Sharon coming to you with It's Not a Tea Tuesday. It is hashtag story time with Sharon. And it's something, because I have so many stories, I decided to go ahead and create a hashtag story time with Sharon. So I'm out in the cabin. And today's story is to tell you about, if you have watched my 5 truths and 5 myths answers to those questions, you know that I shared that I've been in a police car more than once. And this is sharing why I was in the police car the second time. Oh my goodness, yes. I was not being arrested. I was not in handcuffs. I was not being taken to the police department. My husband, he ended up making all of our son's skateboarding stuff. Our son was into skateboarding a major time. He would be out in the heat of summer, the hottest days ever, 8 hours a day skateboarding when there was no school. And I would take him places and skateboard at indoor rinks, outdoor rinks, public places, parking lots, just where he could have a lot of open space. And sometimes we would take his friends and stuff too. So because he was so dedicated to it, my husband decided to start building, yes, Mr. Thumbs Up builds, a bunch of different, well, not a bunch, different skateboarding things. So if you don't know anything about skateboarding, I'm hoping to find pictures. I do know how to insert pictures now, but I'm hoping to find some pictures that I can insert of different things that I have of him. And he built him a grind box. Hopefully I'll have a picture of that. And if not of him with a grind box, then maybe a picture of a grind box from the internet. Hopefully that's legal. And then he built a ramp for him to skate down and do tricks on. So, and then he had a rail that he would do tricks on that he had from somewhere. So then we were able to have all the kids that love skateboarding, and he definitely had friends that skateboarded, to come over and hang out and be in adult supervision and not be out in public, you know, people complaining and stuff. So we had the ramp, and not only were the boys, and not to say girls can't skateboard, but he didn't have any friends that were females that skateboarded. But I do have a second cousin that was into it big time too. So we thought they were both going to go places with it, but then, you know, after so many years, some get out of it. So they didn't just skate up the ramp and come down the ramp. They did a lot of kick flips and stuff where they flip the board and, you know, they jump up in the air, flip the board, and then they land back on it and come down the ramp. So that was noisy. I didn't mind. We didn't mind. We knew the kids were out there having fun. And then all of a sudden, we had a police officer coming to the front door, and we came out, and my son came around the corner, and he's like, his head is down, you know, the officer's head is down, and he's like, I hate to do this. He said, but the noise is too loud for one of your neighbors. and they've asked you to stop the kids from skateboarding. And I was dumbfounded because I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. It's right next to our house and it doesn't bother us. There was another house that was, their living room was right next to our driveway where the ramp was, and they didn't even complain. But it was somebody that was elderly, that should be hard of hearing, in back of us and a good distance, and they were complaining. The wife was, yeah. So we ended up having to talk to her about different, like an agreement. So the officer said, well, let's go over and talk to her and see if we can figure something out. So I got in the police car and rode over there, and in his presence talked to the lady, and we agreed on certain days and times that we were allowed to do something in our own yard. It was so frustrating, y'all. I know y'all understand that you have your kids being innocent, doing things in their own yard, and people are still going to complain. So we did that, and then she decided that she wanted to have us stop altogether. She couldn't handle the noise whatsoever. So instead of confronting us, she called the police again. Yes. And so an officer, pulled up, and right away we knew. So we met him outside and we said, oh, I believe we know why you're here. He goes, yeah, I know an officer was out here before. I don't know how much time had passed before. It wasn't long. But she wants you to stop altogether. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I ended up, to cut down on the noise, I ended up having just my son's skateboard on the ramp, just to bring the sound down and not to be ongoing, trying to keep the peace and have my son have the fun that we, created for him. And so not only were we doing it on the days and times that she asked us or gave us permission, we also didn't let his friends skateboard anymore, which was sad. But they could do the rail out front and they could do the grind box because that wasn't an issue. So they were still able to come over and have fun. But that was just heartbreaking for us. And then my husband had built this wonderful ramp, and now we can't use it. So then we ended up saying, well, my son has I think it was his 13th birthday. I'm pretty sure it was. I said, we're having our son's birthday party, and it's supposed to be a skateboard party, and, what are we going to do about that? So then again, I get, well, that's 3 times, isn't it? I lied. Because the first time, you'll have to go watch that video to find out why the first time I was in a cruiser. So I've been in it 3 times. Whoops. 3 is my number. So we go over there with a police officer and ask for permission by the mommy neighbor if my son could skateboard for his birthday party with his friends and not get in trouble by you calling the police. And so she said, okay, how long and what hour? So we ended up working that out, and that was the end of my son skateboarding on the skate ramp, and that was the last time I was in a cruiser. So let me know what you think of this story. I'm sure some of you have your own stories about frustration of dealing with neighbors and maybe even having them call the police on you for nonsense. Oh, that was a lot of wasted time, energy, and money building that ramp to just tell our son that he couldn't. But we did have the party. They had a lot of fun, and we also took him to the skate park for his birthday as well. So it wasn't all lost. And we ended up having to spend money going to a skate park because we couldn't use the equipment in our yard. Oh, we should have had her pay for it. But we no longer live in that neighborhood. We flooded 3 times in less than 3 years, and we needed to get away from that neighbor. So we moved to higher land 2 hours away. Woohoo! All right. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like my video. And please hit that subscribe button if you like my content. And hit that bell so you don't miss anything coming up. And I hope you've been watching the videos for the hidden letter giveaway for $60. I am posting different videos at different times. You'll hear me sound sick in some of them. I've been posting a lot of videos because I was feeling under the weather, but I'm doing better today. I have energy. Whoo! So I don't know what time and day I'll be, well, time is always the same in the morning every day, but when I'll be posting this. But thank you so much for being here, watching, liking, commenting. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have grown a whole bunch in the last year. So there are stories that I will be sharing that my newbies haven't heard. And I will be sharing links to the stories of things that might need to be watched so that you can see the video about what the story is and what I did. And one is about a lizard. Yes, I love my lizards. Be kind, be nice, be encouraging, no matter where you are through the internet. We can touch lives, we can make a difference, we can make people smile, laugh, and give encouraging words. And remember, keep the fun in all you do. And today's a breezy 70s degrees in South Carolina, and it's the 9th of February. Gotta move south, y'all.